Hello everybody, and welcome. I am the Beta Plan, and this is our Sun in Shadow estate within the darkest dungeon, in which I have decided to, well, abuse this wonderful town event over here, the Helping Hand. Putting ego aside does not come easily to such seasoned survivors. But the new recruits are palpable grateful for the assistance. Level restrictions removed for the next quest. These courthouse quests are incredibly long. I wouldn't mind just finish them in one freaking go. And just say bye-bye. And then kill the countess afterwards on a little bit more fair level, because I can't abuse the fact that I'm taking in a level 6 Crusader, fully leveled, a level 6 Jester, fully leveled, and a level 6 Vestal, fully leveled. And I'm bringing in a more fairer Master Flagellant, but with prismatic stability and tough, so that's really good on him. But the reason why I'm doing that in comparison to, for instance, taking this godlike leper with me with Faded, Luminous, and Warrior of Light, you would rather prefer a Slugger, but Warrior of Light doesn't matter in the courtyard because you have always 100% light. The fact of the matter is that I want to be able to hit the back, and they're very susceptible to bleeds in here, so I'm going to use a Flagellant. So it is almost the same version as our trusted team. For all that is good, but I'm going to rock a Jester for this one because, well, he's more OP as he's higher level, and 45% additional stress skill relief is really, really, really nice. Besides, he is quick draw, which is also really good, and he is steady. It's going to be good in this area. I really am looking forward to that. You know, it will unlock a few more camping skills. Perhaps we might make use of them. Yeah, stress the entire party. Here you go. Overpowering them even more than they already are. I have no problem with that. Remove disease. That we know that doesn't work for the Crimson Curse. So, like this. And yes, money has been good again. I've done some nice old Antiquarian runs with one of them, Grey Rot. I don't think I mind that much. Plus 20% HP for minus damage on Antiquarian? I don't care. The accuracy is perhaps a little annoying, so perhaps I should go a little bit more for buffing, but just use the last 3 abilities plus this one and not do damage with her at all. But I'm cool. Anyways, yeah, this is going to be Bully the Baron episode, and considering these things are really, really long. By the way, maximum healing here, damage, and a little bit of major stress relief, actually, because sometimes I will be stress relieving and not doing damage, so I didn't want to maximize his damage. And here, well, damage and bleed skills didn't go for Dismiss his head, because I do want him to be able to hit his abilities a little quicker. 40% you have to be at, so I don't want to lower his HP. But yeah, seeing these missions take super, super long, I'm just going to show you where I am at. I am at week 46. I'm entering. I hope to do this all in one go. I will probably come back to you in the end. And hopefully these guys will just have no stress, no fully healthy. And probably some will have the Crimson Curse. But that's something I cannot really prevent, more or less.
Hordes adorned in powdered wigs and pretension, seeking to slake their thirst on wine and indecency. As intoxication invariably took hold, innocuous frivolities would escalate to ever more disturbing diversions. Orchestrating the hideous affair was a hunchbacked fiend who seemed to delight in proportion to the suffering he caused. I could have stopped him, I suppose. But I was a slave to my own appetites, and restraint would have rendered me a hypocrite. What games does this diminutive fool play at now?
Let's go. And here we are through the magic of editing. As you may notice from, well, the map, I have visited every freaking room. Every one of them. And I hope I can continue that strategy, but it is difficult because the blood is definitely the limiting factor in this run. I have picked up a few trinkets, Crimson Core trinkets, with, by the way, the musket bow for the musketeer being separate of what the arbalist requires. But we already see the green door, and I will go towards that area. But after, and I remembered this, we find ourselves with some lovely places to camp with. I'm going to pick that over the gold. This is not a money run, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And hopefully he will become wasting soon, so that I can then use my blood, have everybody on normal, and can have a normal camp. Because if they are craving blood like this, he might refuse to have normal food, and thus he will get additional stress for having to refuse the food, which is only going to be bad news bears. And I really want to be stingy with my blood. This is always annoying when this happens. Stingy with my blood because I'm not getting a lot from this dungeon. The dungeon has been stingy with the blood, so I have to be stingy with the blood. I'm gonna kill you just to be sure.
Destroy them all.
There you go. And you are dead, sir. Because our team is quite excellent. Thank you very much. We are a little bit OP, but nonetheless that we are OP, there have been moments that have been unrecorded in which I was really struggling. Not so much because of the fights. Wow. Let's see if I can find some room for that. Not gonna change shovels. I can't camp out here. I need the food. I need this to generate food. I guess over this, because that's more for gold. And no, but that's for... there are going to be some heavy bleeds in my future. You know what? Let's take a chance. If we get one more, it was worth it. And if not, you know, just a plain old should be fine, because this is what generates food, but... luckily, due to the fact that he's Crimson Curse, he resists the bloody disease. Unlike this fellow, who has resisted the Crimson Curse many a time, but he also has so many diseases. I actually restarted the game twice for this guy. Because I don't know why, but this paranormania has been going off about 80% of the time. And before I restarted, it was 100% of the time. But yeah, he is now so debuffed due to all these diseases. It is really, really freaking annoying. This, I believe, requires a shovel. But I'm not ready to put a shovel... I don't want to use a shovel on that. I want to use a shovel for campfire. But as said, I first want to have him wasting, giving him the blood, and then everything should be more efficiently done. There it is. There is the trigger I was waiting for. Wasting, now he's on passive. Please don't get the craving on one of you two. Good, in the next room. We might just camp out. Though I would like to have a camp also for the big end battle, but I am not sure how many battles are between this battle and this particular moment. This is really annoying that he missed. But yeah, he has a minus 15 accuracy debuff, so it's... I'm not like surprised that he misses. This I am surprised a little bit about. Oh... Alright, that is good for dodge. That is stress attack, which we can definitely handle, except the crit, which is really annoying. You should be dead from the bleed. Just from the Jester, who has done several times this to great effect. Having caused bleed in a place where it was necessary to kill the creature. I should have actually checked if that bleed wasn't enough. It may not have been enough, but it could have been close to enough. Considering the positions, it's definitely time to stress heal.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
There's definitely some damage coming in, but if I stun this guy, we probably will be able to kill it. If we miss now, it won't be a problem. There we go. Stress heals and normal heals for the next moment. I think this is, by the way, the first time I see this guy. Because the rest of the time I've been able to kill him off before he could change into this form. But Super Vestal has been Super Vestal regarding the heals. It's been excellent for us.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Why are you debuffed actually? What is causing that debuff?
Their formation is broken.
I don't know.
Maintain the offensive.
The blood. That is such a good find. I'm going to camp out.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
The stress is low enough, only on the Vestal, that I'm just gonna take a small little bite. Going to take this food with me along, which will be thrown away for another camp, if we are able to do so. I'm starting to want... I really am sorry I didn't unlock Lash's Curse. Lash's Cure, sorry, not Curse, Cure. So I could have removed some of these diseases, because this is just horrible. I'm going to bless him so that I have actually something use of him for the moment, because of the camping skill. Otherwise he would be just... I'm actually going to do Eye of the Tiger on him, or otherwise he's just pointless. Might be dangerous considering the possible self-crit, and I can't remember if, or if not, you can get ambushes in here, because I thought you couldn't, but then at a certain moment we were ambushed. I don't know any more about that, but let's see who we are going to liberate. A musketeer. Hello. And we answer with the blood, I need the blood. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Okay, lady. If you say so. Continuing on the corridor. We have the buffs for 4 battles. Here's a battle. I don't know if the locked room will be a battle. Well, we might just have enough battles for the boss. Oh, please don't. Don't. This is exactly what I meant. He interacts with everything. And gets him all self... Now he's just Stress Eater as well. I don't know what's up with this flagellant. He interacts with everything before I have a chance to actually act upon it. Which is just really annoying. Because it just limits your abilities to do what you want in a dungeon severely. Well, you're dead at least. Not sure why you're doing the first. Perhaps because you're trying to get that stress higher? Could be it. It almost seems like this guy is a little taller than this guy. It doesn't seem like it, it is, but they're exactly the same figure. That's kind of interesting. Let's heal. And possibly kill you. Which barely do, but there is a nice crit. Thank you very much. Rip Cracker. That's a gunshot indeed, but that also does stress damage. Apparently due to the crit. Which is not exactly what I'd hoped to see. And you are starting to hit things again thanks to all the buffs we gave you. That's kind of good to hear, because otherwise... Thank you for that dodge. Very welcome. Indeed. You get yourself stunned, and we will stress heal everybody.
Inspiration and improvement.
So that we no longer fear the darkness. So that we may soldier on until the very end.
This is how a life is taken.
Yeah. Didn't expect it would be this order. Normally he has gone first, so... You're nearly dead, but it could be that you will do the first, but we'll have to see. The first is almost welcome on him, because we're at the end of the dungeon. We should cure everybody who has the Crimson Curse at the end of this dungeon, and it would just get rid of every other bloody bad disease that he has. Thank you very much. That is just going to make it so that we have no stress on this team. Or barely none, depending on the order of acting. Fine, we'll switch this around, it doesn't matter. There we go. 0 stress. And just for good measure.
Give them no quarter.
There's the 2 food that we spent, and there we go. And then this is a key.
For a task well performed.
I do have the laudanum. The laudanum is for the dirt, for extra damage. But it is also for possible stress problems. I do want this for the Baron battle. I think he could bleed. I'm a little... This is not a money run. This is... Not really. I mean, it's slightly a money run in comparison to anything else, which is why I'm holding the gems, but... Well, we've got the necessary key. And... the buffs still remain for free battles. So if I go here, this is 1 battle, 2 battle, 3 battles. I think it is time for the Baron. I know there are some rooms behind here that I haven't visited yet. But those rooms can be visited later. Because after you beat the Baron, you do not need to leave the dungeon. That is not required. So, I'm saying let's not leave the dungeon, possibly. And give ourselves a chance to get some additional goodies, because I know there is... I also see there's a blockade over there, so we do definitely need a shovel for that as well. Yeah, the shovels have also slowly been gone down. Oh, there's another craving. Oh, that's not a bad of a fight. She's the biggest problem. This is a damage dealer, but this is a stress dealer. And I would like to get rid of as much stress as possible. And yes, I have been using Rain of Sorrows. Oh, 1 damage off, really? You! We just buffed his accuracy! Don't do that! There you go, kill her! Boom. You, take a turn. No crits, alright, no problem. I am not mad. Just disappointed. There we go. Get rid of all that stress. Weaken Prey doesn't do enough damage to be interesting. And if you do not resist the debuff, then it's an annoying attack, because the debuff is really like they've buffed his debuff, I believe, because it's like -5 speed, -40% damage or some crazy nonsense like that. There is a crit, but that's on the wrong person, but eh. We still have our Jester, so it's all fine. And if you go before he goes, we'll save everybody from the stress. Bye-bye. We can't take anything of that with us, because we do need the Key of Denial. Skip that. We might come back for you later. And perhaps this one might be the same. We'll have to see. Oh, there's Wasting. Well, that is worthy of a blood. Now, does this have a battle or not? No, it does not. Then the buffs will last for the battle with the Baron. Time to go. Even if there was a fight here, that would have lasted till the Baron, but I don't know if something over here might. Nope. No battles in between. Let's get you to maximum health. Let's give you the blood as well. You're now on Bloodlust. And let's give you a little bit of food. We're ready. Let's go.
It would seem his taste for triviality remains unabated, even now.
Now, I believe currently we cannot anymore heal. This is one of the disadvantages of this fight, and you need to find where he is located at. So that isn't where he's located at. And you see that every skill that might be able to heal, even Judgment, who only heals the Vestal itself, is deactivated. And there's also a limited amount of rounds you can take until you may find the Baron, and then all the eggs pop open, I believe, and you are in deep doo-doo.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
That's some low hits on you, considering you have a damaged trinket. Oh. Does not want to take the buffs. So it was in the final one. Alright, well there's only one way we can attack the back, and that's when opening 2 of them. So I don't want to do that. And as you can see, we're pretty darn good at just taking them down one by one by one. But this is the first round. Who knows what will come after this. And we do have this ready. The Baron opens, the Baron bleeds. Is the Baron stunnable? Yes, he is. But I do not succeed at it. Could try again, but he has so many... Ooh, nice hit. Considering the amount of hit points he has, we can definitely use that. 10 damage. Move, buddies. Another crit. Yeah, we've already... Ow. We've already done quite a bit of damage on this guy. There you go, there's a stun. I know it's not extremely important because he has so many actions, but we've already lowered his health to about half his normal HP. That will bring a little bit of stress about, but that's not enough stress to be a problem. And currently we can't heal, of course, again, so we'll have to take that into account. We have to do that once the Baron is once again revealed. Still going to buff, but I am going to move the Jester soon towards the front, because his amount of damage on his finale is becoming ever more potent. Just go here right now.
A decisive pummeling.
Still handling the damage quite well. Nice, just 2 crits. Stress is not the problem. It's a little bit the amount of damage that we can heal. Wow, he was once again in the back. Okay. This time we had no stun. Shouldn't be a big issue. Because don't forget that we have plus 16 speed thanks to the Jester. Now plus 12, but a ton of speed. You are bleeding once again, and I'm going to do this. You're craving. So I'm going to give you the blood for the bloodlust. Because that actually does increase damage, and now it is time to move you into the front. All the way into the front. Getting ready for finale. Now a stun is viable because we are more or less on full health. Oh, we're bullying the Baron so much right now. I'm going to do this for a silly little thing. He decides on his own to do the finale for 87 damage. Ladies and gentlemen, the Baron is dead. This is how you bully the Baron. Annihilated. Destroyed. Underscored. Bananaed. I'm taking this with me. I do want the blueprint if possible, but I wonder if we don't get enough blueprints in general from the other boss, and it may not be necessary. I apparently stacked this up to the maximum. But I don't know between this and that, because I did spend a lot of cash on. I actually should have started another one of these. Like this. I didn't even use torches for extra accuracy. Huh. You know what? Let's put the torches away then, and let's put it like this. And we'll start trying to stack this one more time. I've met so much of these and I didn't stack them. Very foolish of me. And we'll continue adventuring. Because, as a very important side note that you should know, is this little area. Because I picked up a key. A red key. And you can find an additional red key behind the Baron.
Beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
And you require that to get some extra treasures. And we do want the maximum amount of trinkets from this location. We've already obtained 2, 4, 5, and we're going to get one for defeating the Baron, of course. So We are very much in the clear regarding that, but yeah, our resources are getting limited, of course. We've done the Baron. The Jester, in his magnificence, decided to attack with just the right attack that I wanted him to do, for which I brought him to the front, and he did 87 damage. That is how you bully the Baron. I think I've said that enough times. I'm going to name the episode after that, but yeah. He is going to interact with this. Oh, unless the Jester does it. That also sometimes happens, but normally it's him that's acting like this. By the way, I shouldn't really reset the party order. There we go. Visited this, and this is also going to be a run where I will visit every freaking room, I think. As far as I've seen them. You do not interact with it. You... Boy, if you would have done that sooner. Heck, if you now would contract the Crimson Curse, it would actually be beneficial. Because the Crimson Curse will rid him of every disease, so we don't have to pay for his, for the disease removal. And the Crimson Curse will be automatically lifted because we just solved this mission. So, it would be excellent if you get the Crimson Curse. It is rare that I say that, but for once I am... believe that fully. That's unfortunate, but if you get them low, they do tend to like to do the first. And they have attacked on him like several times, doing like, I don't know, he resisted the Crimson Curse like 4 times, but nothing else. Ouch. That was a little painful.
A singular strike.
Let's do it like that then. And yes, I know I just critted a corpse, but you do get stress relief from critting a corpse if you at least hit also a living creature, in case you were wondering. And stun you. Yes, repartee, but that's just for so little amount of damage that now we can save the party from all the stress. There you go, you are dead, and the heals will come in, and the party is all good. And who has the most stress heal? Oh, you have 4. That's way too much. Gotta heal that 4 stress damage. In fact, I'm probably going to heal this 3 stress damage. Taking the stress heal over the blood heal is not as important. Extra blood, always good. Extra emerald, that's nice. There we go, bleeding a little bit more, it's fine. Using one of my shovels. Now I believe I need to go down this road. And yes, I did remember that, but you saw that I've gone to every other room. I'm just trying to find the right trinket. Just trying to find a trinket, that's all. Besides, by the way, if I don't use these curios that I just passed by for trying to get blood, I really should try and use them for getting, for getting camp. You can get blood if you just look into them, and he has enough disease that he needs to be taking up in the medical ward anyways right now, that doesn't really matter. Ooh. It may not have stunned you, but you were bleeding too much. That little bit of damage just was good enough. Oh, you cutie little boy. Trying to kill me. Good luck with that. Don't think you've ever... No, I want to say ever, but that's not true. I think one time he scared me because he hit me really hard in a moment that I did not expect that. And then he made for a moment, he was like, ouch! Surprised, are you now? That we defeated your Baron? Wahaha! Yeah, and the Jester has been really good with just blind the bleeds. So, instead of a Houndmaster, this group is viable. This group is just as viable. Goodbye. I am also glad, by the way, I did take the Aria box with me, because there was a certain moment where the stress was piling on a little higher than I like. Where there was like 60, 80, and 40 or something in the group. And that was a little bit like, yeah, it's a little more than I like to see. I want the speed buff because I want Nope. Too hard. You hit too hard.
Creatures can be felled. They can be.
This, by the way, is still annoys the heck out of me. Why do we always center there and not center over where you might actually want to look? Where your group is at. So they're going to... Ooh, nice dodge. Yeah, you... Yep, he interacts with everything in this place. And now you have a bunch of stress. It's your own darn fault. Seriously. You can get the Crimson Curse because these guys can all give the Crimson Curse. So, you know what? I'm not too perturbed with this fight. Should have actually struck that one and then see if I could have killed him via stun more or less. Ah, darn it. More stress. But he did already get the buff from the Jester, so he does have a little bit less stress. There we go. I don't mind that you got him. You are the one that I want to bleed. So... yeah, this is the way I should have done it before, because now he's dead simply due to him being stunned and will bleed out. There you go, but this is why I now enjoy the Jester, because the Houndmaster has been debuffed in the amount of stress heal that he can do. So having then a Jester to do the stress heals is amazing. And as you can see from the Baron fight, the finale, I have the feeling it has been altered, even though I can't really... I can't remember if there was truly numbers to that. I believe perhaps that the buff to the finale got altered. That's an Enraging Slide. That's actually not what I wanted to see. I was about to stress heal, but on her, but unfortunately he was ahead of time that I couldn't give her already a stress gain debuff. Still, we're managing quite well with the stress. It's fine. If only the Jester would go first. Only the Jester needs to go before him. That's all I'm asking. Thank you very much. There you go. Stress. Very manageable once again. And there we have another trinket.
So too will resistance.
And that was just by a regular fight. You know what? We're gonna throw away the laudanum. Less damage for the Jester, I know, but trinket is better. We need the key still. I want the district. This is for food. Perhaps that is less needed than laudanum, but we're at the end of the dungeon anyways, and we might need this in order to complete it in the way that I want to complete it. And that is with every frickin' room searched. And here you see, here's a treasure that we were looking for. The final boss! Not really, but... You are dead, sir. It's an Enraging Slide. As long as she doesn't move forward, I'm pretty okay with it. Mind your manners. Alright. The only disadvantage of this group is that I don't have Dirk Stab equipped. So it's hard for the Jester to get into a finale position. And you saw in the Baron fight I had to move him forward. Personally, I wouldn't have minded if I would have got shuffled somehow. And then he would have gone forward. But I don't know how to... I don't know if there is a Crimson Court boss that actually... one of these mob creatures that actually does that. Okay, killed you. Then let's stun you because health is fine. We failed to do that. That is unfortunate, but that's just the way it's gonna be. There you go. Stress healed. You're dead. Careless Whispers. That's unfortunate. We've just run away the laudanum. Now we could have thrown away with even more ease. Oh, I thought you would die from the bleed. That was the other guy apparently then. Ooh, nice dodge. Why don't you attack him anymore? You used to constantly attack him. Now you just Don't! Crit. Bye-bye. It's also a way to do stress relief, eh? I'm not so... I don't mind Careless Whisper so much because the horror isn't that strong. This is really weird. That was like a completely useless turn for you. Take a stun. And... full heal. I think 2 people were hurt. 3 people were hurt. Not much, but a little. And then you take the kill.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
It's gonna be thrown away anyways. For another trinket. There you go. Thank you very much. Still hope to stack this up. And for that we're going to search the other rooms. So... Yeah, then let's get out of here before we make the video too long anyways. And before we get a hunger check. Well, spend some cash on leveling these guys up, but we've collected enough treasure to make that worth it a while. You have reached level 5, you have removed an earring for steady, and you're now light sensitive, which is just horrible. You need some long time. Float release, not so bad. You need a long time in the medical ward, but it was week 46 when I entered this, as you saw at the beginning of the video.
Violent clouds from the courtyard have abated. The airs of the estate feel narrowly agreeable once again.
The haze of the contagion has abated, due in no small part to the recent triumph over the age-old horror that had lurked for too long behind the long-sealed courtyard gate. And yeah, week 47. We done it in 1 week. And as always, I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.